Okay, let me let two more people in. Natalie and Jessica, yay.
Hmm.
Okay, here we go. Welcome everyone to another monthly Collaborex workshop. And today we are thrilled. I kind of twisted her arm a lot to do this. I don't know. Did I, Katrina?
A little bit, but
It
not
was
too much. I'm
uh,
game. I'm excited.
okay. So today's presenter guide is
Guide.
Katrina Bussell, who is literally, I mean, that's how I met her. She's the master of getting things done and author of A Million Reasons, excuse me, A Million Reasons Why You Can't. And I know she's a master of this because that's how I met her years ago. And she was working with a consultant that I was working with, and she was all over me. She was like, you couldn't get away with anything. Anyway, she was, and in the most wonderful way of holding one accountable and figuring out what you really need to do. So throughout her career, she has led individuals, teams, organizations to do extraordinary and the important things. She helps successful business owners go from intention and confusion to action and achieving the next big thing. The only disclaimer and warning here is if you talk to her about something you want to do, chances are you'll find yourself on the path to doing it. So, it is so true. Anyway, welcome, Katrina.
It is so true.
All
Thank
yours.
you. I am so happy to see everybody here today, and thank you for taking time out of your beautiful schedule to be with each other and to be with me. And the we're going to do some really wonderful things together in the next 55 minutes. A quick it's going to be a quick move through the different components here of getting important shit done, but we're going to do it. So a combination of work that you will do with your a notebook or on your computer, work that you'll be doing with a partner. Hi, Jessica. And work that a time where we will get together in our wonderful boxes as a group, just like we are right now, and share with each other. So, without further ado, let's get going. I have a few very, very brief slides to show you. Um, and here we go. So, the here I am as, and I want to just talk to you for a second about this book that I wrote called A Million Reasons Why You Can't, because it is an example of exactly what we're here to talk about today. And that is how how do you figure out what it is that really matters to you in your personal and life and in your business? How do you figure out what matters? How do you figure out what you want? How do you break that down into ways that are achievable and doable in order to go for it? And how do you really create for yourself the life and the priorities that are what truly matters to you? So, a million reasons why you can't. We all have a million reasons. We're going to talk about those today, right? Why we can't do the thing. And really, what we all need and what you're going to come out of today is just one reason why you can. Just one reason why you can, and one action step that you can take towards getting there. So this is what we're going to do. It's ambitious, I know, but we're totally going to do this. We're going to reflect. You're going to reflect on what matters. You're going to be talking and focusing on what it is that you want in your business and your personal life. You're going to explore with a partner what's getting in your way. You're going to identify and share ideas and strategies for how to do things in a new way and then apply them. Out of today, what I'm going to guarantee to you is that you'll leave with one reason and one action to getting the important shit done in your life. And so, really, what is the important shit? And we're going to be talking about that. And the question of what matters most to you. But I wanted to give you one example of the work that I do and the work that we're going to do today. And I'm going to be using Stephen as an example today as we go through this our time together as an example of the kind of transformational work that we're talking about. So this is I'm going to be talking about who he is, Stephen, and he's fine with us talking about it. But here's what he said. I came to Katrina in a funk. I increasingly found myself waking up unmotivated, checking off a few boxes during the workday and coasting aimlessly through the rest. Within 3 months of working with Katrina, all of that's changed. I'm back in a flow state. Ruthlessly innovating, delegating, and automating across my two businesses. I'm closing new deals for my current offering at the fastest rate in years, while also committing to innovation time that is deeply satisfying my curiosity and future proofing income and lifestyle. So, I'm going to be talking about him because we go through this process together. We have Stephen and I, and we work together, and all of us go through this process. And it's the way to really make things happen. And so we begin with what matters most, everybody. And what I want you to do is to reflect for a minute on this concept of I want you to just to focus and to write down some thoughts, and then I'm going to start. And it's essentially ask yourself this question: what really matters most to me? And Oliver Berkman, who wrote this fabulous book, 4,000 Weeks, amazing. The idea being 4,000 weeks is um, our average lifespan. And the question is, what are you going to do with your 4,000 weeks? What you're going to do is focus on the important shit, everybody, right? That's what we're here to do, focus on the important shit. So how do you figure out what the important shit is? Ask yourself the question right now, and I'm going to start the timer. I want you to write down what matters most in your personal, your business life. What matters most? Or you write down a list of what matters, and then we'll figure out most later, but write down what really matters to you. Okay, wrapping up. All right. Now, some of us know each other and some of us don't. But to get a feel for who's in the room and the kind of things that we're thinking about and that matter to us, what I would like you to do is to introduce yourself, please, with your name. And then I want you to list for the group, tell the group 3 things that matter most in your business and personal life. So to get us started, I'm Katrina, and what matters to me most is helping people do their important shit. And what matters to me is thriving physically and emotionally. Shout out to Sarah Leslie. And travel. So let's go around the wheel, and introduce yourself and share up to 3 things that matter the most to you, please.
Would you like me to go first?
That'd be great.
Okay,
And
hi.
then call on somebody after you're done. Thank you.
Very good. Hi, I'm Mark Bernstein. I am I'm a business consultant for small to medium-sized businesses, specializing in retail and operations. Unfortunately, that's kind of taken a backtrack to what I currently do on a full-time basis, which is I'm a caregiver for my wife. And that's been going on for the last 4 years now. So it's kind of monopolized all my time. And what matters most to me, I guess, right now is trying to get out of this funk that I've find myself in and trying to find some bandwidth for myself and how to create the bandwidth and not, neglect my main responsibility, which is taking care of my wife.
Mm, thank you, Mark. Jeanette?
Um, Hi, I'm Jeanette Levy. Um, Tagline is the employer's lawyer. Things that matter the most to me, I guess, in business is being able, well, obviously being able to do my work, but um, what what matters to me most there is working with employers as what I call workplace legal strategists to eliminate a lot of the workforce headaches so that they can do what they went into business to do in the first place without the legal worry. So being very proactive and creative in how I work with
Thank you, Jeanette.
employers. So, and just one other thing, because
Mm,
somewhat similar to Mark, is I would say I'm sort of a secondary caregiver to my mother. She's in assisted living, but I'm the one who's on with
mm,
everything that comes up with that. So deal with those things and yeah, also my own well-being.
mm, mm. Thank you.
So
Bonnie?
So I'm Bonnie Natel, and what matters most to me in business is good ethics and reputation. Um,
Mm,
in my personal life, my family, good health, travel.
mm.
Those
Thank
are
you.
those are my things. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura Rotter, and I keep tacked up on my wall my five closely held values. I guess I'll go through the first three, which is family.
Mm,
I'm Play is what's on my wall, but I had written down joy. I guess I equate the two, and exercise. And on the wall it says health. So they're
mm. I love that you have them on your wall, Laura. That's fabulous. Thank you. Natalie?
Hi, everyone. Natalie Colley. I came up with family, maintaining a strong relationship with my husband and daughter in particular, uh, physical health, staying strong, and constantly pushing myself to grow and get out of my comfort zone.
Mm, thank you. Mark?
Markowski. Um, for me, it's my faith is number one. Being true to my faith in terms of being devoted and a follower. Um, Number two would be my family.
Mm,
We have adult children, but a lot of extended family, and but mostly talking about my immediate family. Making sure we're there for them and their needs. And then in my business, I would say is trying to always do the right thing for my clients. Me being in the Medicare business, I try to help and guide people for the right solution for their health situation.
mm. Thank you. Jessica?
Hi, I'm
Mm,
Jessica Allen. The The things that came to mind of what matters most to me include closeness and connection with my family and friends, having a flow state of creativity, being, and growth, and that's both personal and business, and then nurturing a life rooted in joy and love.
Thank you. How about you, Sarah?
Hey. Let's
Hi.
see. I think I narrowed it down actually to living what feels the most true for myself, both in my business and in my life. And also being able to then help other people do that same thing through my business. And then caring for my self-care, my vitality to be able to live a long and impactful life.
Thank you. Kismic?
I was gonna say, blah, blah. So I was gonna say, I was gonna say beer, dogs in America.
Okay.
But no, but really that matters to me. Yes, but not beer. But what matters most is that I am able to. I want to help people. Help them, just help them live a happier, funner life. By what I do, whether it be cleaning or whatever. Another thing is my family and friends, like people matter, like whether they're family or friends, people matter to me most. And the third one was having fun and playing, laughing, just having a fun life.
Thank you. Good to see you. You're up. You got to unmute. And then we've got Chuck.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to move on.
Yeah, I'm Deb Rogers. I'm a CPA in New Auburndale, Massachusetts. My things are earning a living for now and the future, which means getting that work done and keeping up professionally, which is fun right now with the new tax law, while maintaining and growing my family and friends relationships and keeping healthy.
Thank you. Chuck?
Hey guys, sorry for my in and out here. I just got back to my home. So, two things on the personal side, and I'm really going to separate them. Family is one, health being the second. In terms of the professional side is establishing a sustainable business that meets the goals and ambitions that I have going forward.
Thank you. Did I miss anybody? It doesn't
missed
look like I
Dory.
did, but
Dory.
Dory.
And
Hi,
me.
Dory.
And you
Thank
missed
you.
me.
And Jonathan. So let's go Dory and then Jonathan.
Hi everyone, and I hope it's not too loud where I am. My name's Dory Fern, and I would say the three things is, well, I'm in a period of transition in my career, as Katrina knows from our last conversation, and I am, I guess, number one, eager to make more take more intentional risks. My goal is to help other people. I'm a coach and a consultant, and figure out how I'm going to earn money in this next phase, get more kind of clear on my direction and to move intentionally forward. And yeah, and being of service to my community, locally in New York. Yeah, really locally in New York.
Thank you. Jonathan.
Okay. So I was just going to say laughter, community, love, friendship. But since Kismic threw in beer and dogs, I'll say the other ones, ice cream and tennis. Uh, thanks, Kismic. And also really just opening up this community that we have here, this alternative business community that's focused on self-growth and, grow yourself and everything else will follow.
Thank you, Jonathan. So with that with focusing on what matters in mind, with the idea that the average lifespan is 4,000 weeks, I calculated that I'm at 4,100. Actually, chat did 119. So I've already done my 4,000, which was interesting. I was like, okay, am I on borrowed time now? I don't know, but that's kind of exciting. The A question that I'd like you to reflect on a piece of paper here for about 4 minutes is going to be this question of what do you want? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? And I'm going to take you back to Stephen in the beginning, right? Because he was basically in a rut, and feeling very despondent and very uninspired. But when we talked about what he wanted, and this is what I want you to be thinking about, what he wants to do is to buy property in Vermont. What he wants to do is and just let it rip, you guys. He wants to have college paid for. He wants to make $500,000. I want you to just to free yourself and write down, what do I want? What do I want? 4 minutes. Let's go. Write it down. You'll only be sharing what you want to on this. So it's going to be your choice. This is really for you. Get creative, have fun with it. It doesn't have to make sense. Only you're going to see this. About halfway through. Okay, start to wrap up. And you can always go back to this. Always. This is just to get you warmed up. What I'd like you to do next is one of my favorite questions in the title of my book, which is AKA limiting beliefs, right? Like now we're gonna do 3 minutes on why you can't do that. The million reasons. What are your million reasons why you can't do or be or think or have the experience that you just wrote about? Like, why? So, for Stephen, I don't trust other people with my business. It's hard for me to let go. I don't have the energy to work on my business. I can't possibly make that kind of money. What are yours? These are private, and they're in there. Let them out. Okay, start to wrap up. All right. Now, what I want you to do is to go back to your list and your thoughts about what you want to be, about what you want to do, about what you want to experience. And I want you to identify with one of those things, something that is speaking to you, something that is catching your attention and is speaking to you. And I would like you to give for yourself one reason why you can do that. Just one reason. If you want to do more, that's beautiful, but just one reason. For Stephen, because it's my business and I can make it whatever I want. What is that for you? What's the one reason? Just one why you can. Now what we're going to do is Jonathan is going to be breaking us up into pairs. And I want with your coupled person, we're going to have a total of 15 minutes for this, right? So you're going to have think of 6 minutes of being your airtime, although you will be talking with your partner. And I want you to talk about this thing that you'd like that is resonating with you, that you're entertaining, which is how it starts, and your one reason why you can. And I want you to talk a little bit about we're going to put this in the chat so you remember, but how it is that you normally work, Like what gets in your way and what has gotten in your way. And then I want you to talk with them and to talk out loud about ideas that you have about ways to approach this differently, another way, or maybe a very, very small habit that you might consider beginning, or help that you are considering getting in the way of, a coach or a therapist or an accountant or someone to clean your house. So if nobody has any questions, Jonathan, I'll ask you to break people up into pairs and let's talk about it.
Okay, just put it in the chat and I will. And how long do you want this breakout
I'd
to?
like it to be 15 minutes total, please.
Okie doke. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Oh,
So I'm going to just keep talking until you actually leave. But essentially, like, how do you operate? How do you normally operate? What kind of things get in your way? And what ideas do you have for yourself, or does the other person have for you if you're dialoguing about it, about new ways of approaching this in small steps in order to tackle it?
okay. We are all set.
Okay, great. Thank
Oop.
you. I don't know what just happened, but we're
don't
back.
I was like, whoops, okay.
Were we
Anyway,
supposed to
cool.
go back? Were we supposed to go back, or
I don't
maybe
know.
you and I were just destined to spend the rest of
Oh, I think
hour
actually,
together?
I think we are back because I ended up clicking on, I thought you had left the
I did
room.
too. No, I
So
did. I mean, I didn't.
there we
Here
go.
we go. Okay.
There we
Oh,
go.
all smiles. Look at this.
Oh, welcome back. I
Yay.
hope that was
Yay.
as wonderful and interesting and insightful and fabulous for you as it was for me. Then thank you, Dory.
Yeah. I love that. I love her
So
smile.
as we wind towards the thank you. As we wind towards the close, what I'm going to ask you to do is to share with the group if you are comfortable. And if you're not, just say pass, and that's great. I would like here, don't you love this picture? This is like, I asked the illustrator, this is a picture from my book. I'm like, throw off the bra. So guys, it's a thing.
Well, they
Throw
can
off
Much
the
measure.
bra.
information to
Let's
TM.
do it. Let's do it. So
Well,
let's do a round of you talking about taking an action, informed action, your one reason why you can do this, the one step that you're going to take. My reason that I can do it, my step, and then we'll go on. Let's just end with a chorus together, briefly, brief of what you're jazzed about. And Sarah, I see you smiling. You're at the top, so start if you would.
Yeah, so the one reason that I can is because I believe that I can more than I can't.
Mm,
And
yes.
my one step of action, it's reach out to my coach.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Jonathan, you're not going this time, buddy.
Okay. So my thing is to really embrace what I'm doing here, fully embrace what I'm doing here, which is self-development
Mm,
and find people in the world that believe in investing in themselves. And so my one thing that I'm doing is I'm going to a Abraham Hicks conference in Tarrytown in September. So it's an afternoon thing, and I'll be in a room of people that believe the same, believe in improving themselves and self-reflection and self-development.
thank you, Jonathan. Deb?
What was the question?
The question is the one reason and one thing. Why are you, what's your reason for doing this and what thing are you going to do? Which is taking, it can be the tiniest step towards what it is that
Oh,
you
I'm
aligned
gonna,
with what
I'm gonna,
matters.
I'm gonna close my door, not answer the phone, and not look at emails for 2 hours every day.
Love it, baby. Love it, love it, love it. Dory.
Hi, thank you. Well, like what I said is if other people are doing what I want to do, then I can obviously do it. And then my next big step is to reach out to Sarah and then continue talking to her. So
Yes. That no better person to talk to than Sarah. Love
and I'm
it,
gonna
love
have
it,
to
love it.
go. It was so great to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dory.
So great to meet you too. Jessica, what's your action? What's your reason? What's your action?
Um, what's my reason? The belief that I only depend on myself, and my action is digging deep into my faith and trust for myself.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love it. Laura, what's your reason? What's your action?
My reason is it will build family memories that will last for years. And my action is to talk with my family about what they'd like a bucket list trip to look like.
Yes. Jeanette, that's so great.
so my reason is that I'm trying to find the right wording for this. That. I I just refuse to give up on myself. And so it's, I'd say that one thing, it's kind of like two small things, two things related that I've kind of decided to do. One is to make an appointment, like a Zoom or phone call meeting with someone about the possibility. It's not just, it's not one of these many, oh, I can scale your business, but it's somebody, hey, I think I can help you. And by the way, I charge based on like a percentage of the results, which is different than any other pitch I've gotten from anybody. So it's to have a meeting with her, and then someone, and then I've simultaneously, I kind of booked with someone who runs a different kind of group, another networking group, not in place of this one, God forbid, no, but in addition, that's specific intentional networking.
Oh, I'm gonna thank you so much. Kismet, the reason and the action, and we've got 6 people in 2 minutes.
Okay, reason is because I want to. And the action is I'm going to reach out to people who are already doing what I wanted to do.
Thank you. Natalie? Your reason,
Same as Kismet, because I've always wanted to. And then action is to brainstorm some article ideas.
Thank you, Chuck.
I think a lot of what everybody else is saying, it's confidence. Jonathan's one of my fans. He's been helpful. So it's just, poop or get off the pot. You say, cut through the BS. That's really what it is. So I've done it. I can look up in front of me. I've got a 3-way strategy in front of me. Certain things I want to do. And I've just recently implemented that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chuck. Bonnie? Your reason, your action.
The reason is there's only so much time in life.
Oh, hallelujah. You're over 4,000 weeks too, aren't you?
Pardon me?
You're over
You broke
4,000
up. I
weeks
couldn't
as
hear
well.
you.
Oh, that's okay. Keep going.
Okay. And the action is it's up to me just to make things happen. So if I just chill out and not do anything, nothing's going to happen. So I've got to take action myself and just do the things that I need to do and want to
Make
do.
it happen. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. Mark, what's your reason? What's
I'm
your
sorry.
action?
You were breaking up. Well, my first inclination was
Sorry.
my first inclination was to say pass, but let me just say that my reason is if I don't do something positive, I'll probably blow myself up. So I'm
Okay.
going to.
And your action is?
My action is to try and find some outside help.
Thank you. Mark K.
What I want, as I thought about it, was I want to love better. And it has a faith aspect, a family aspect, it has a business aspect, it has a community aspect, I guess. And the action is pray every day using with the Bible, a little Bible reading, a little reflection, a little meditation, contemplation. That will help me, I think, stimulate or at least populate maybe some ideas, thoughts on how I can do that in my life.
Did I miss anybody? Okay, so I would just like to take us back to the opening kind of slide and the answer to this question of how to do more important shit. And the important stuff is your important stuff, right? It's how you're going to spend these precious weeks that you have before you die, because we're all dying. And so we have a very limited amount of time. Figure out what you want, focus on what matters, identify what's in your way. I'm like, surprise, it's you. Develop new habits and systems and strategies, apply them to how you work best. One reason, one step, you got this. So thank you all so much for coming, for participating, for being here, and for being brave and to being on this journey. It's been a real pleasure.
Katrina,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Katrina.
you.
Yeah,
Katrina.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
thank you
everybody.
so- It was nice meeting everybody. So do we just hang up now?